me. Let me get this all squared away. For those who don't remember, my phone actually got smashed, and I'm using my old phone, and my old phone is prone to overheating. And currently, I'm in northern Arizona, and it's pretty warm out, so we'll see if it overheats. Um, but welcome to the live stream. Sorry, I'm actually looking for. What am I looking for? God, I'm so ADHD sometimes. Oh, the keys to the van. Oh no. And I found them. I wanted to roll up this window next to me because it's pretty warm out and this window is kind of tinted. So hopefully it'll block some of the sun coming through that window, but I'm trying to keep most of the van in the shade while I'm here in town. And right now I'm at lower elevation than where I'm staying, so it's a bit warmer here than it is up where I'm crashing at. What's up, Dave? How you doing, man? Good to see you. So I got my van diagnosed, everything figured out, and the repairs are going to be happening on Sunday, it looks like. So far, I bought the van, which was close to $2,000, and then I got the brakes repaired, and I've ordered the front suspension. So basically the front brakes were just, the rotors and the brakes needed to be completely repaired. So I got that done. That was like $600. And then I ordered, no, I'm sorry, that was like $300. And then I ordered, shit, what did I order? Oh, the whole front suspension kit, which was like in itself $300. So I've bought the van and I've spent $600 in repairs so far. And the parts, the front suspension is going to be here on Friday. The repairs should be done on Sunday. The last thing it needs, you know, the smell of fuel that I was complaining about? Like, I keep smelling fuel. It's running rich. It's running rich. It is not running rich. There is a leak in the fuel line itself. The intake fuel line going from the gas tank to the engine, and it needs to be replaced. I don't know how much the part is. I don't know how much the labor is going to be, but the mechanic that I'm using has already ordered the parts, and they should be here soon. Maybe the repairs will get done soon too. What's up, Ed? What's up, Mac? Welcome to the live stream, guys. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to tell a story a couple of times, but yeah, here's my issue is I think I have the money for the repairs that it needs, but it is all of my money. It's basically every penny I've got. In fact, maybe a little bit more pennies than I got, because I'm about to go, I'm in a Walmart parking lot right now, and I'm gonna go get some food. Dave says, I'm in Reno. If you're coming through, be here for a bit. I might be. I don't know, dude. Once I get these repairs done, it's going to be gas. It's going to be food. It's how I'm going to survive for this month. I'm honestly not sure. But I need these repairs done. And I've spent a lot of money in the last month on it. So, but I would like to get to Reno. How's the weather there right now? Right now here, it's like, it feels like close to 80 where I'm at, right here in town. But where I'm staying, it's a little higher in elevation, much cooler. Oh yeah, Waterboy had his birthday party yesterday. How was that? Happy birthday, Waterboy. I don't even know how old you are now, like fucking 55 or some shit. He never comes into my live streams anyways. It's a cool 67, low 30s. That's pretty chilly at night, but I could deal with it. Yes, very lovely, no fights. Really? No fights at Waterboy's party? That seems anticlimactic. It's not much of a slab party without at least one fight. Although, to be fair, Slabs has had its fair share of drama this season. So maybe it's good to have a drama-free birthday party. I for sure thought there would be fights. Yeah. Yeah, whenever you get a whole bunch of people from Slabs together in one spot, it can happen. It can definitely happen. The charges came in on Dahlia, not good. Yeah, I heard about that. For those who don't know, one of our slabbers apparently shot another slabber. The slabber that was shot survived. I don't know how bad his wounds were, but the girl that shot him, the woman that shot him, got arrested and has some pretty serious charges. But I guess the truth will all come out in court. Slabs has been one big ass fight club this year. Ed says you saw him walking around, the guy that was shot. Are you feeling okay? Maybe drink more water. I have been drinking water. I think I'm feeling okay. I'm just stressed out about the van. I'm very, very happy to have a van right now. I'm very happy to have a safe spot to be posted up right now. And the repairs are going to get done on Sunday. So far, I've already spent, let's see, $2,400 on this van. And I'm about to spend close to another $1,000 getting all this stuff fixed. But turns out that smell of gas, it was not my van running rich. It was the fuel line is leaking, so the fuel line has to be replaced. And it's leaking pretty bad. I just put $10 in and went about 5 miles and my gas light came on. Heath asks if I've been eating good. I've been eating okay, but not good. I can't afford to eat good. That's just crazy what's happening at the slabs. We're taking care of Zig and Zag here on the ranch. So that's Ashley. That's Roche's better half. For those who are wondering, and I'm staying out there on Roche's ranch, somewhere in an undisclosed area of northern Arizona. Cinco de car repairs. Dude, that is the truth. That is the truth. Yeah, car repairs. Brad's back at Slabs, AK. Yeah, I heard that he was back and he's doing fine. Have you been smoking some good weed? I have been smoking some good weed. Yesterday I got paid, so dude, I feel guilty every time I splurge on myself a little bit, but with these car repairs coming up, I really can't afford to splurge. But I did go ahead and buy myself some pre-rolls, like 5 of them for $25, and then they gave me 2 for free because I'm a first-time customer, so that was cool. I'm getting repairs on my truck today, oil change, some fuel stuff. Yeah, I need to get the fuel stuff done. That's exactly what's going on. He's been eating pretty good here on the ranch. I've given him yellowtail meals. Yeah, we did have yellowtail tuna that one night. I don't know if we have had pork loin steaks so far. I haven't had any of that anyways. Not that I remember. I'm sitting in a Toyota dealership in Cos walking in with a food delivery. Oh, is he delivering for like Uber Eats or something like that? That's cool. Trainwreck Hayes number 9. What's up, dude? Oh, by the way, you guys, I did manage to get the footage off of my old phone. For those who remember, when I was at Country Thunder, I was filming a video for Country Thunder, and then I lost my phone in the parking lot at Country Thunder, and it got driven over a bunch of times. And I grabbed the SIM card out of it and put it in my old phone, and it worked. Thank God. But all that footage for Country Thunder was on my old phone, and I managed to get it off of there. So I am going to be able to put together a video of that event. there was a few days there I couldn't film because my phone was smashed. So it'll be an interesting video. We'll see what I can put together, but yeah, hopefully that's the next video I'll be posting. I'm also filming all these car repairs too, so I'll be able to post that video as well. Train wreck high. Lighting up some GDP, like gross domestic product. Are you lighting up some gross domestic product? What am I about to light up? Let me see what I got here. So this is a local brand, Charlie's. I don't know if it's backwards. I don't know if it flips the image for you guys, but it's some 21% hybrid. What is this? Drip Station. It's called Drip Station. That's the strain. It was on sale. Granddaddy Purple. Oh, I got you. GDP is Granddaddy Purple. Now that's what I'm gonna hear every time I'm listening to the news and they talk about America's GDP. I'm gonna think America's Granddaddy Purple from now on. And you know what? Our president does need to get our Granddaddy Purple higher. That's true. It's a pretty slow live stream today. 7 folks in here. Trainwreck, the DA is pressing charges. You know, they must have enough evidence to charge her with that. She got charged with attempted murder. But, I mean, California has a stand your ground law, too. So, if she was in her residence, I don't know, man. I've heard a few different stories about what went down in Slab. So, I don't know what the truth is. Obviously, I wasn't there. So, yeah. I have Dole Whip by Tahoe Hydro Company. Dave, right now, I would head to Reno today if I could, but I don't know if my van would make it all the way there. I really don't. I would run out of gas somewhere because of how much gas I'm actually leaking out. That repair needs to be done, I think, before the suspension, but the whole suspension needs to be replaced too. It's the whole front suspension, control arms, bushings, ball joints, the whole 9 yards. The parts are on the way. They should be here by Friday, barring any more delays in the shipping. When I get done here, I've got to look up the shipping on eBay, and then I'm about to walk into this Walmart and get some groceries. So, but I gotta save the rest of my money for these van repairs, and either I'm gonna be spending all of my money on them, or hopefully I'm hoping the mechanic will let me work out like a payment plan or something like that. Some sort of payment plan where I can maybe pay it off month to month. So he seems like a pretty reasonable guy, the mechanic we're using, and you know, I think he might understand my situation. So, but I'll find out more Sunday when we talk to him, and I'll put that video together of all the van repairs. I'd really like to get to higher elevation, or get farther north by the end of the month, but we'll see what happens. Ask if he can help do the repair for a little off the bill. I mean, yeah, I could ask him, but a lot of mechanics don't like that, to be honest with you. A lot of mechanics don't want the customer involved. And I've even known some mechanics that will charge you more if you're involved, so. The mechanic here in Prescott says he would not even make it 500 miles if he doesn't get these repairs done. Yeah, I've made it so far like 1,200 miles since I bought this thing. But the leak in the fuel is getting worse. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. So, I don't think on a full tank, I don't think I would make it 300 miles. I think I would run out of gas. Where is it leaking? So the intake fuel line going from the gas tank to the engine is leaking. So that fuel line needs to be replaced. The mechanic already ordered the part. It's not like a fuel pump or a filter or anything like that. It's the line itself. Hopefully it's a cheap part, but he ordered it. Should be here soon. Also, the front suspension, the whole thing is going to be replaced as well. So, And then after that, I'm going to need to get an alignment. Otherwise, I'll chew through the tires. If the feed line is high pressured, it can't be spliced. No, I think he's buying the whole line. The whole thing, Dave. You're a mechanic. I'm sure that you know what line we're talking about. But I think he's got to buy the whole thing. And I was like, is it something we could just JB weld? And he's like, not where the leak is. Where the leak is can't be JB welded. By the way, let's see how good my camera is. There's my girl. There's my good girl. My van is a mess, by the way. There's a diesel heater that Chuck got me. But yeah, it is leaking pretty bad. I just put $10 in and at the closest gas station from where I'm staying, and then drove to Walmart and my gas light's already on. So it's leaking pretty bad. I'm probably gonna have to go put another $10 in just to get back to the place I'm camping. Shit, used tires are cheap. I guess maybe for some folks used tires are cheap, but here, let me break it down for you guys. I get $1,000 a month, and I have managed to figure out how to survive off of $1,000 a month, and I've been doing it for a long time. But you throw in something like a van repair in there, and it throws the whole equation off. Everything's out of balance, and I end up going without when something like that happens. And this is a big repair, so not only I've already spent thousands of dollars getting the van, getting it repaired, and there's more repairs that need to get done, and I've done this within the last couple weeks. I'm just honestly trying to pull myself out of this hole that I am in, and I'm doing my best, and it's tough sometimes. So used tires might be cheap, but they're not cheap for me, man. Like, you throw tires in the mix or something like that, then you have, let's see, like, used tires, even for 4 of them, which it'll probably just be 2. If I need new alignment, I'll chew through these tires and I'll replace the tires, and it'll be the 2 front ones, right? The 2 drive tires. And even that's going to be like $500. So that's half of my month's income, like half of it. And I also have phone bill, insurance that I got to take care of as well, plus gas, food, and propane. So fun stuff. I don't even know how I've made it 10 years, and honestly, like, everything's getting more expensive. It's getting harder and harder to do it off of $1,000 a month. You should play the lottery. I can't afford to play the lottery, bro. I wish I would win the lottery. That would be sweet. I know Fartsack says, I know, bro. At least you have guaranteed money. I'm just saying buying a couple extra tires will hold you over for the alignment. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to buy the tires before the alignment. If I buy new tires and I don't have an alignment, then I'm just ruining new tires, even used tires. I'll do the alignment first, but that's going to be another $250. Yeah, if you need some tires, Zig, I've got a tire guy in town that we're going to go see. I can't afford tires right now, man. I'm going to get these repairs done, and I don't think I'll be able to afford the alignment until next month, so. Farsack says I haven't had an income in 2 years, but I still on eBay ain't much. That's crazy. You're just slinging shit on eBay. Do you like go thrifting and yard selling to find it? Did you get to do that job when you had to have a golf cart? Yeah, I did, Tammy. I sure did. I made a little bit of money there. It wasn't a very good year at Country Thunder this year. And that money I put right into the van for repairs. So, and to get up here to Prescott. Greg says, I know the feeling. What's up, Greg? Good to see you, man. Well, first, before we do that, it says, let's go look at used tire guy. I'll get you used tires to use. It's on me. Before we do that, I got to get the alignment done, which means that the suspension needs to be put on. And then the alignment needs to be done, which is going to be like $200, and then the tires. I don't want to put used tires on here without doing the alignment. Otherwise, I'll just ruin the new tires. And Intellectual Curiosity says I need to put new used tires on my one-ton van. I don't think it's gonna be cheap. Oh man, yeah, no. I hate buying tires. Every time I buy tires, which tires for a Nomad are like very important, but every time I buy tires, it hurts. It hurts. Like I said, like I have managed to make surviving off of $1,000 a month down to a science. And you throw something in there like tires, it throws the whole equation off. So, and right now I've bought a van and had the brakes worked on and gotten up here to northern Arizona, all within a few weeks. So I'm strapped now. But I am really grateful for those who have been helping me out. Chuck, you are amazing. Emily, you're awesome. I really appreciate how generous you guys have been. And then Roche and his wife have been helping me out and hosting me and feeding me and weeding me. So I am really grateful for them too. Roche hooked me up with a mechanic. So yeah, super grateful. Let me relight this. This is like, I know I really like citrusy weed, but this is a really earthy one, but it's really stony, which I appreciate. Hey, what's up, Brian Wong? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Greg, you're still sitting up in New Mexico, yeah? You're in northern New Mexico by Taos? Dave, $1,700 for the tires on my truck. That's like 2 months of my income, bro. Oh, speaking of which, shit, I still need to pay my phone bill. Damn it, I need to, it's the 2nd. I've got bills to pay. Bart Zag says, yeah, but lately I've been selling lots of postcards. No shit, postcards, that's cool. That's unexpected. I didn't know people were still doing the postcard thing. It's 2024. I just need size of your tires. I'll call my guy this afternoon. I will sponsor for... Oh, thanks, dude. I could definitely use the tires, but I need the alignment first. I need that needs to get done first. Wish you knew my buddy out there. He's a mechanic and a farmer. Yeah, I wish I knew your buddy too, I guess. Oh, you're near ABQ. I got you. A little farther south from where my property is. But better buy a marker to fly a sign. Dave, we don't call those Sharpies anymore. We call those credit cards. And don't think I haven't thought about it. I do have a credit card in here, a Sharpie. By the way, that's something that Angie should cover on her page is a Sharpie is a credit card, because a lot of our friends will write on cardboard and go fly a sign. I've never flown a sign before, though. You'll be by Taos soon. There's some cheap properties up there at Taos, man. I got up near Taos. I've got one. Well, once we took a left at Albuquerque. Angie left Slabs? I did not know that. I'll be damned. Like, for good? Or did she just need a break? This seems like a good year to not have gone to Slabs. Seems like it was a fucked up year. Really? She gave her camp up? She's done? I had no idea. That's nuts. Where's she going? A vacation. But she gave her camp away. Interesting. Hell yeah, we'll get some of them tires, dude. We get some tires. I just need the alignment done first. And after these repairs, I mean... oh man, it's one thing after another. And that's not even everything. That's just the stuff I need to get done to make it roadworthy. All in, I will probably have spent about $3,500 on this van, which the van's worth about $3,500 if everything's working. Went to Florida to her daughter's. Oh, cool. I've met her daughter before. Years and years ago, before Angie ever came to the Slabs. I met them in Quartzsite, and I brought Angie to the Slabs. And then, she ended up coming back like a year later and staying there. But she came to visit with her daughter for her first visit. Yeah, Greg, everyone says vacation. How long have you been on vacation, dude? You haven't been back to Slabs for a long time either. Yeah, I'm on vacation from the Slabs right now, too. I'm on vacation, too. Don't forget to smash the like button, you guys. Only 8 likes. Yeah, I don't like me either. And I need to get a haircut. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Starting to do that curly Q mullet thing. You've been on vacation for 2 years from the Slabs. Well, so far it's been a year for me. It's not just you, brother. Shit keeps hitting here, too. One good deal, I have an appointment with the disability doctor next month. My insurance should approve this time around. Nice, dude. I wish you luck on the disability claim. That can be a pain in the ass, I can tell you. I can tell you from experience. Fart Sex says, I miss you bartending in Slabs. Well, Dave Lowe should have been doing live streams of him bartending. But to be honest with you, I don't think Ponderosa misses me live streaming from Slabs. There obviously are some people in Slabs that don't like being filmed. And so when I would do the live streams, it made it a little bit difficult or maybe uncomfortable for them, or more challenging for me trying not to show the crowd. So in any case, like, I'm sure they don't miss it. I'm sure they're happy to have their bar back. My tire guy does alignments too. He'll give me a very, very special deal. I do be liking special deals. My phone is so hot, but if it was in the window, like, I could have it mounted right up here on that magnet right there, but I think it would overheat because it would be in the sun, so I'm holding it on my tripod. I'll go back to Slabs, but just working at the mountain. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know if I'll camp in Slabs anymore. I might camp in Bombay Beach, or I might just be in and out, visiting, maybe going to some of the weekly events, but I don't think I'll be camping in Slabs anymore. I think that my time there is just kind of winding down, if that makes sense. Like, I think you'll understand. I think you understand. Last couple years in Slabs took a lot out of me. I have a firm helping, and I'm not going for full time. I'm just trying to get what I missed till I'm better so I can get back to fucking life. I'm going to Arizona next grow season. Nice, dude. Maybe we can link up when you're around and hang out for a minute. Greg, you got land in Bombay? No shit, dude. That's actually the only place that I would consider buying land in the Imperial Valley is Bombay Beach. Hey, I'll hit you up, Greg, and you could let me, like, look after your land in the winter. I'm down, Dave. Dave says, I think we should get a group and buy a place in Bombay. Dude, I'd be down. I'd be down for that. I honestly think, like, if there's anywhere in the Imperial Valley I would buy land, it would be in Bombay Beach. And not because, I don't know, I think it's an up-and-coming place. I think the property values there are going to increase. And I don't know, it's far enough away from Slabs and close enough to Slabs. It's also close enough to some really awesome shit like Joshua Tree and the interstate, and it's much closer to a Dutch Bros. And I already have some people I know that stay there, so yeah, winter party spot and a place to park rigs. Yeah, dude, we should get together and get some people to, or you could make like a like a co-op type situation where one person buys it and the other people who, like me, who have a monthly income, pay into it like their third monthly back to the buyer, if that makes sense. But properties in Bombay Beach can't be too expensive. And if you got one with like a single wide on it or a double wide on it and you fix that up, that would be fucking fun. Airbnb that bitch out. The ladies I know from the mountain, she owns it. Oh, cool. Fart Sack says I'm not really 100% sure I'll come back from Arizona. To be honest, I'm ready for a whole new gig. Fuck it. I gotta be honest. Um, Arizona is not a bad state to nomad in. If you were just gonna like stick to one state, because you kind of have the best of both worlds here, right? Like, you have lower, like southern Arizona, it's lower in elevation, and in the wintertime, obviously, that's where everyone goes. It's beautiful, there's a lot to explore. And then in the summer, it gets very, very hot down in the lower deserts and the lower elevations, Phoenix area and Tucson. So you could go up to northern Arizona, which is very high in elevation, like 7,000 to 9,000 feet, and you could stay up there all summer long and stay out of the hot temperatures. You got the Grand Canyon, you got the Saguaro National Park, you got some pretty cool, beautiful stuff, and right on the border, you got Vegas not that far away. So I'd say that, like, if I was to pick a state to nomad in, like, you can't leave the state or you got to hover around the state, Arizona's not a bad one to pick. My buddy is by the White Mountains where I'm going. I don't know where the White Mountains are, to be honest with you. I'm not, like, too familiar with all the geography of Arizona quite yet. Yeah, Nevada's not a bad one too, and it's bigger. um, I feel like the one thing Nevada is missing is pine forest, though. When you get up into the Flagstaff area, it's just a pine forest, ski resorts, and aspen trees. Um, I don't know of anywhere in Nevada that has that stuff. But Tahoe, yeah, I guess Tahoe on the Nevada side, that definitely has those things. That's true. At the same time, the drive from Phoenix to Flagstaff is like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. But the drive from Reno to Vegas is like, what is it, like 9 hours, something like that. I've definitely camped all along the roads from Reno to Vegas, though. The Ruby Mountains, is there pine forests up there? You would know better than I would. You're from that area, Dave. Oh, yeah, Elko. I do know that area. Let me put my tripod down here. I do be liking Bullhead City, actually. Bullhead City, I have an old army buddy of mine that lives in Lake Havasu. That is a good area. In the winter, it's a good area. Like Telephone Cove is like by far one of my favorite camp spots. Yeah, Sedona, Cottonwood, those are in Arizona. If it wasn't for the winters, I would say Oregon is one of the better states. But the winters there make it not great. Um, Arizona's got the best of both worlds. Tammy says, I understand that I get less than you do on my Social Security, and two people are struggling to live on it. I fucking feel that, dude. It's tough. It is really tough, and you end up making this equation, this balance, like you're balancing on the tip of the edge of a knife, and anything that throws that out of balance like screws up your whole month. And right now it's the second, and I've got all these repairs I need to do. I'm wondering how I'm gonna make it through the month. Um, I'm gonna look on Craigslist today too to see if there's any gigs on there that I might be able to do. A lot of older folks have trouble with their computers, and they get on Craigslist gigs and ask for help. But even that's kind of going away. Most of them will just get on Facebook and ask for help. So, um, and then I can do some light labor, but I can't really do heavy labor anymore. I'm 40 years old and broken. And I got to be careful about doing anything that's above board because of my disability. So, Greg says, but the rains. I assume you're talking about Oregon. Fun fact: it only rains a lot in parts of Oregon. Most of Oregon is desert. It's not rainy all the time. There is the I-5 corridor west of the Cascades that rains all the time. But if you get east of the Cascades, it's all high desert. It doesn't rain very often. But in the winter, it is very, very cold, and it does snow, and they get blizzards, and yeah, so, and then you're kind of also landlocked or snow-locked into that area. You can't really leave without going over a pass or something gnarly to get out through the snow. Hit 100 high Sierras last summer, had to bail west coastal to avoid it. Oregon sucks. Yeah, you got to get to where there's like water. I don't think Oregon sucks. I like Oregon, especially in the summer. If you go up to like the Cascade Lakes Highway or somewhere in between like Sisters and Salem area, or even in between like 97 and I-5 down south going to Medford, you can get real high in elevation. Even if it is hot, there's plenty of lakes and rivers and water to get into. Up on your feet, someone was offering you free tires. Yeah, I know. I know who that is. We've got to go back to Jerome to land of Tool and go to the Spirit Room bar. You're gonna love it. I do want to go check out Jerome. I went to Jerome on my Dirty 30 on my 30th birthday, and mainly to go to Maynard James Keenan's winery there. He's a lead singer for a few bands: Tool, Perfect Circle, Pussifer, and he lives there in Jerome, Arizona. So I went up there and went to his winery because he owns a vineyard there and a winery, and then I went to his store that he has there selling merchandise. It was a pretty cool visit. I liked Jerome. It's like built on the side of a mesa, and like the road winds through like up and down the mesa. Is pretty sick actually. Do you ever just go into a store and ask for cash work picking up garbage or some shit? I'm sure people would help out. I actually haven't. I don't know if that's common anymore. Maybe some mom and pop shops or something like that, but I don't know how common that is anymore. Honestly, I'm not sure if that would even be like it. Maybe that was really common like 80s and 90s and stuff, but I don't know if they would even let me, like, because then you got to worry about insurance if that person that you're paying cash gets hurt or something. Like most places I would assume would say no to that, but be nice to have a network of this kind of work all over. You could bebop around. There is always like day labor that you can get, but again, I got to be really careful about above board stuff because of disability payments. So cash jobs are really the way to go. The festivals were great because I was getting paid in cash. But most of people are above board these days. We have snow warning for Saturday, below 5,000 feet, 2 to 12 inches. Yeah, no 1099 either. Yeah, it's got to be under the table. Cash is right. How about trimming at pot farms? I could do that. I have done that. I have trimmed before. If anyone here has trimmed before, they know that it kind of fucking sucks. But here's the problem with that. In most places on the West Coast, weed's legal now. So you know how much trimmers make? They make minimum wage, and they're above the table, and they have to get permits to even do the job. Like an alcohol seller's permit, they have to get a weed handling permit, and they have to get certified through the state, and it costs them money. And then they go work in the trimming or the weed industry, and they make bullshit money. They make minimum wage. It's not like back in the day, unless you find those illegal farms and those murder farms and like whatever, but the majority of the industry is above the board now. Fun fact. It's not like it was back in the day when you could make like $100 a day just trimming weed. Now until Memorial Day, it's all first come, first served. By June 1st, Oregon overrun. 200 van lifers in Bend now. Coastal van lifers are showing up early. Happy trails. That is true. That is very true. The Pacific Northwest does get overrun by van lifers every year. I don't stay in Bend. I go down into Bend to get my supplies, but I stay up in the forest when I'm in Central Oregon or where I'm anywhere in Oregon. I know my way around that state well enough to be able to like camp nearby in beautiful, more secluded places. Don't get me wrong, there's still campers there. But I know some really good spots that I've camped alone, and they're beautiful, right by creeks. I know a few spots like this. So if one's taken, I'll go to the other one, and if not that one, I can go to the next one. Like Oregon, I'm good at, because I don't just use iOverlander. I don't just use freecampsites.net, which, by the way, are the best ways to find camping. But you're never going to find camping alone, because everyone else is using these apps too. You look like a rapper tossing gang signs. You're high, ain't you? I just talk with my hands, man. I talk with my hands. I stay off coast. I know plenty of spots. I don't really go to the coast very often. The coast, actually, I get, it's a little more difficult for me on the Oregon coast, because I feel like there's more van lifers and I don't know the area very well, and there's more like residential spots and less like camping areas. You got to get like into the Cascades, I think, is the best areas. Once your van gets fixed, you should be in a better position. Then my van will be in traveling condition, but my bank account won't be in traveling condition. So yeah, maybe I could fly a sign. Maybe I could live stream while I fly a sign, like on the road, traveling veteran on the road out of gas. I've always considered it. I've just never actually done it. But it also, like, I get judged because physically I look capable. There you go. I followed the Rogue at least 2 summers ago and had a blast east corner of Oregon. I know where the Rogue is. I've actually done this. There's these jet boats called Jerry's Jet Boats that goes up the Rogue River. And when you get to the end of the ride, you go miles up the Rogue River, and you get to the end of the ride, and there's a restaurant there to have lunch, and then you get back in the boats, and they give you a ride back. But they like do spins, and you get to see all this animal life and bald eagles and all sorts of stuff. It was really fun. I did it with my ex-wife and my daughter. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the Rogue River. Greg says, I haven't flown in years, but willing. You know, like, I've never done it because I feel like I don't know how to swallow my pride that much, if we're being completely honest. And not that I judge anyone who does fly a sign. If I can afford it and I see some kids flying a sign, like they're obviously train hoppers or dirty kids and they're just trying to get to the next town, I usually give them a few dollars. If somebody's sign makes me laugh, I usually give them a few bucks. There you go. But I've never done it myself, so I'm not against it. I don't have a problem with what 2 consenting adults decide to do with their time, money, and energy. But I've never done it myself. So restaurant burned down, last fire went through, are rebuilding. That's another thing in Oregon. There's tons of fires. I've spent a whole season just outrunning fires before, so that can be an issue in fire season in Oregon. Ever camped near Brookings? Yeah, I've definitely camped near Brookings, Crescent City. Fun fact: my ex-wife was actually from Brookings. That's where she grew up. So I floated the Deschutes River for Pendleton Dam to Bend all the way to the Columbia River. The Pendleton Dam in Bend all the way to Columbia. There's a few dams that you'd have to go around, though, isn't there, from the Deschutes to the Columbia? How long did that float take? That would be a lot of fun. I've definitely floated the Deschutes, but basically through Bend. I never left Bend. Wouldn't there be some pretty, like, serious rapids that you'd have to deal with along the way, too? I know most of the rapids are at higher elevation up in the Cascades. And then that river goes out to, like, northeastern Oregon. You have to camp near Brookings. I'm sure you've been there, but down in Crescent City, you can see the sea lions, like just out there chilling on the docks. I actually always liked going to check out the sea lions. 2 nights and 2, what I guess you're saying, pullouts in Maupin, Sheer Falls, go around, put back in, last 15 miles. I've also fished where the Deschutes and the Columbia rivers meet, because you can get some like giant steelhead trout out of that. Like, I'm talking like 4 feet long, 3.5, 4 feet long trouts, right out that are coming back from the ocean. And then I've never fished them before, but you can also fish for salmon, like giant salmon right there where the Deschutes and the Columbia meet. But you have to get tags and you have to get the proper tackle and like heavy duty gear, because the salmon can be up to 100 pounds. But the steelhead fish, I've pulled a couple out of there. Right, you have a limit of 1 a day, which is like, they're just enormous. The biggest trout I've ever caught. I camped like 10 in. Let me see if I can find it. Happy camp, two night. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would be a fun float. How long did it take? 2 nights. 2 nights to Maupin. Okay, so like a 3-day float, 3 or 4 day float. I bet that would be a fun float. Deschutes River does go through some cool areas out there in eastern Oregon. Does anyone have any suggestions? I'm about to go into Walmart. Does anyone have any suggestions on what would be some good options for like some shelf stable food? Because I don't have a fridge, and I would like to know, like, what are some good options for shelf stable food that I can do on the road, because right now, like, the food that I've got isn't great food. It's really not. But I was thinking, like, aren't there some, like, you can get like sausages that don't need to be refrigerated, right? Like salami and shit, like the real stuff. I don't know if Walmart would have that, but that's an option, I guess. It's so expensive. Beef stew, beefaroni, dude. I know like canned soups and canned stuff like that is a good, and that's what I've got a bunch of it, but I fucking hate it. I could deal with some canned chicken, dried meats. Yeah. Jerky's expensive, dried meats are expensive, but that really is the best option, I think. Oh yeah, doing one of those mountain houses. Is that what we're doing tonight, dude? Hey, what's up, Jeannie? Welcome to the live stream. Corned beef, canned ham. Oh, my thing's overheating. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna unplug it, because it's been plugged in, and that sometimes can raise the temperature. So if I lose you guys, it's because my phone overheated. If you rewatch this live stream, that's like the first thing I warned about. But for those just joining, we haven't talked about the van's name yet, and if it doesn't overheat, then we can. But to catch everyone up on the van repairs, so far I've spent a lot of money getting this van worked on, getting parts ordered. I've gotten the front brakes and the front rotors replaced. They really needed it. And I've got the suspension kit is on the way. It should be here on Friday. That was $300. And the smell of fuel I had was not a leak. Oh man, there's no one left in here. Oh, there's 2 people left in here. My phone finally cooled down. I ran in and did some grocery shopping. I didn't expect anyone to still be in here, but thanks for sticking around and checking. My phone overheated, so there you are. I don't remember where I was at in the live stream, but until next time, miles of smiles, guys. I'm not gonna go ahead and end this live stream.